Tara Cherie here. It's really good to be here with you today. And if you're joining us for the first time, I just want to say welcome. If you're returning, I also want to welcome you. We're going to dive right in today from my home office, and today's topic, continuing on my passion and journey for health. And before I go into that, let me just give you kind of a brief background and the reason for my motivation. I lost my mom unexpectedly a few years ago due to heart complications, and not even 6 months later, my dad was facing quadruple bypass surgery. And my parents were not old, they're relatively young, in their late 50s and early 60s. So it made me determined to be really proactive with being a mom of 3 little children now, ages 3 months, almost 4 months, 2 turning 3 this year, and 7 turning 8 this year. Hey Lisa, it's really good to have you. And so it made me really passionate about health and taking care of the body. And today I want to cover with you toxins. What are toxins, and what do they do to the body? Because it's not just me that wants to be proactive in taking care of my health and having that longevity, but I want to share in that journey with you. So one of the things that we need to cover is toxins, right? Because toxins are huge in the body and everybody deals with them. Toxins are in the air that we breathe, okay? There's natural molds, there are chemicals in the air from, buildings, from vehicles that we drive. It's also in the water that we drink. Water contains things like arsenic naturally, and we absorb that. There's also lead, which we absorb when we drink water. Okay, so there's also that. Hey April, it's good to have you. And in addition to that, it can come from the food that we eat, especially if you're somebody that's at the store. A lot of times you'll see, if you're a fish eater, you'll see like farm-raised fish. And you really got to stay away from that because it contains high levels of mercury, which are also a toxic. And alcohol that you drink. I'm not saying stop consuming, all of your alcohol, but I'm just saying excessive use. Like one drink isn't going to hurt you, but excessive use with it over time, that can be toxic to the body because your liver and your kidneys, they cannot process the alcohol at that level and quantity. Also, some prescription drugs, for example, any benzodiazepines, or like if you take medications for like depression or anxiety, sometimes those can cause toxins too. When you go to the grocery store and you get your receipt from the cashier, that transfer paper is also toxic to the body. So there's lots of ways, even our electronics. Have you ever heard of somebody saying, hey, I don't like talking on my cell phone a whole lot? It's not necessarily because they don't want to talk on their phone. Some people don't because they like being loners, but sometimes, or just don't want to be on the phone a ton, but sometimes it's actually because you can actually receive toxins from holding up your phone to your ear or touching it a whole bunch. That transfers to the body. So that's why sometimes people don't want to use their electronic devices excessively. Okay, so there's so many different ways, and I could go on. And what toxins really are is anything that's polluting and damaging to the body in any shape, way, or form. I could go on and on about all the toxins and how they can be found in food or the environment or water or, even clothing items that we wear because they contain certain dyes that are toxic, or even topical creams that we apply on our skin. A really good example of that. How many of you are actually lotion users? And if you're not buying truly organic made ingredients, a lot of the products out there, even ones that we love, I can think of a particular company that I love, it's toxic. Okay, when you rub that cream on your skin, your body is absorbing the ingredients that are found. And maybe not all the ingredients are toxic, but it's enough that it makes a difference in the body, right? So what happens over time? Now, I've already talked about in the last few lives that we have to constantly detox our body at least once a month, okay? What happens is these toxins that we breathe, that we eat, that we drink, they build over time. So if we don't release these toxins, okay, they build up in our body in a cellular level. So what happens, those toxins become waste. The waste builds in our cells. I talked about that in the last Facebook Live, okay? And if they're not handled, okay, then they build up in our intestines, in our digestive tract, in our liver, in our kidneys, in our lymphatic system, and in our skin. Because our skin, again, I covered this last time, but our skin is a living, breathing organism, right? So we actually have to rid our body of those chemicals, right? So the skin absorbs it, you know, us breathing absorbs it, but it first has to penetrate through the skin and go into the bloodstream, okay? So what happens is that we have to actually, because what happens is the toxins, before they hit the cells, they actually are traveling through the bloodstream. Okay, so we have to remove the impurities through the blood system, okay, through the bloodstream, by detoxing our bodies. Okay, they have to be expelled from these areas that I just mentioned, in the kidneys, the intestines, the lungs, the lymphatic system, and the skin. Because if they're not, what happens is that toxins damage all the organs. They damage the digestive tract, they damage the liver and the kidneys. And if it becomes toxic enough, that goes into the DNA and damages that, which then becomes so toxic that we find ourselves aging much faster. And it may not just be our skin that's aging, okay? And some of that has to do with the oxidative stress, same thing, and retrospect, okay? But it also ages our bodies. So we see more complications, more health problems, more issues. Basically, our body is degenerating in a sense. And so we have to do something to make those changes, okay? Because if we don't, it can also affect yet other areas besides the major organs and the lymphatic system and whatnot. Actually, toxins can affect the brain. Like, how many of you have been in states where you're, like, some common symptoms might be like brain fog. If you've had cancer and you've received chemotherapy, you can have like that chemo brain going on. It can affect concentration, like long-term concentration. It can cause vertigo. It can also cause cravings. So that's how you know your body's in a toxic state. So if you're craving a lot of certain foods, okay, that's a sign that your body is acidic. That means that there are toxins building in the body and you need to expel and get rid of those, okay? So how can I get rid of these toxins that are building in my body so that my body's not degenerating, I'm not aging, I have longevity, I'm not facing health issues? Because let me tell you, okay, correcting your body with proper supplements and nutrition is far more beneficial. And even though it costs a little bit initially, it's way cheaper than paying for outrageous medical prescriptions, drug prescriptions, medical drug treatments, long hospital stays. Those are going to be far more expensive than anything that you can do to be proactive and naturally take care of your body. Okay? So you have to make your choice. Which is it going to be? Are you going to stay on the same path and continue to eat whatever you want and worry about it later? Because some people say, well, I'm trim, I feel healthy, I feel fine, I have energy, you know, I don't have anything wrong with me now, so I don't really see the value in that. Maybe not, But just because you don't see anything on the surface now does not mean that your body's not acidic. It does not mean that your body's not facing toxins. It does not mean that you're actually in a healthy state of being. A lot of the things that go on and wrong with our body, they start at a younger age. Okay? It starts at a young age, and it can remain dormant over time, and it can seem like nothing is happening, and then it slowly creeps in, and you'll see the concentration issues, you'll see the memory loss, you'll start to see the aging in the face, and then you'll start to see other health issues slowly but surely creeping in. And this is why you have to detox to maintenance your body. You would not maintenance your car engine and not get rid of the sludge. You would take care of your vehicle and maintenance it so you could get from point A to point B. Well, you want to take care of your body in the same way so that you can get from point A to point B in your life and have that longevity and not lose your life early. Okay? And not run into health complications and health problems, so that you can have a quality of life, so you can be able to travel, so you can be able to enjoy things in this life. Okay? Because you've got one life. And for most of us, we only have one shot. We don't get another shot with our body. So normally when something goes wrong, that's the body's way of warning us, hey, listen up, something's not quite right. We need to do a better job taking care of our body. It acts kind of as an alert system, okay, if you would. So there are several ways to help detox the body, okay? One of those ways is being really careful, and there's multiple ways, but I'm just going to share a few with you, okay? So just to give you a few tips and bring some value to the Facebook Live. So one of those ways actually is getting rid of, like, if you are somebody that loves to cook. Oh, I love to cook. How many of you love to cook? I love it. Get rid of the Teflon. Get rid of the nonstick cookware. Okay, get rid of some of the Tupperware that you're using, because if you say, well, I have a purifying system in my water, okay, but how many times have you drank a bottle of water? Guess what? The toxins are in the plastic bottle. Okay, so you're not completely getting away from it. You still got to detox in some way. Okay, so cook with cast iron. That's huge if you can. Okay, I realize it. Some of our budgets are not there, but I'm not saying toss all your cookware. Just over time, maybe make some healthier transitions and changes, and that will definitely help. The other thing is you want to eat foods that are high in antioxidants, especially particularly vegetables like kale, collard greens. Cauliflower is another really good one. Brussels sprouts, okay? Really nutritiously dense, or as much as you can get, and as close as you can get to nutritionally dense. Okay? Foods like cantaloupe, apples, berries. These are all very good choices for you. Okay? So you want to increase those and get your sugar, your natural sugar, that way. Eliminate as much processed sugars, trans fats, oils like sunflower or cottonseed oil. Those are not good for you either. So you want to eliminate things like that as well. And you want to increase your water intake. This is where many struggle, including myself. Now, recently, with me detoxing, I'm about halfway through my 28-day detox. Okay, I've increased my water considerably, but I have to consciously think to, oh, when's the last time I drank some water? And I have to, like, stop myself and go drink the water right then. Otherwise, I will not get my water consumption in. And our bodies need at least 80% water in order to stay toxin free. And that alone will not free you of toxins. You've got to be making consistent changes, okay? Another thing is if you use toxic cleaners, okay? So, you know, any of the major brand cleaners that are out there in the market that you would get at your Wegmans, or that you would get at the Piggly Wiggly, or that you would get at places like Target, Meijer, Walmart, these all are toxic to the body. So there are plenty of recipes if you Google them online. I know a lot of people like to use essential oils and actually make their own cleaners that way because they're more concentrated and they can dilute them more, they can stretch them over time, and they're actually cheaper over time. Okay, so that's a really great way. Some people, if they don't use essential oils, a really good way is using a little bit of baking soda and vinegar. That'll also clean your house, and you can clean any surface with that. That is super duper cheap and non-toxic to your environment, and your kids aren't breathing that in. And if they, swallow, breathe it, whatever, they're not receiving all the harmful effects that toxins can create in major household cleaning products. Okay. Another thing, another way of detoxing the body is consuming more turmeric. Okay, you can get turmeric at any specialty grocery store. You can pretty much get them in any local grocery store. Okay, and there's lots of different ways to consume turmeric. There's lots of drinks, there's lots of recipes. So make sure you do your research and take a look at how you can naturally consume turmeric in your body, because that will also help in increasing your vitamin C levels, will also help reduce the level of toxins that are inside of the body. So you want to increase your vitamin C if you can. And no, don't get vitamin C from the orange juice. That's high in sugar. So you want to find vitamin C in natural foods. So that's where your dark green leafy vegetables like kale and collard greens and spinach come in. They are very high in antioxidants and vitamin C levels. So these will greatly help your body and flush those toxins out, combined with water, maybe some other choices and changes that you're making physically with your health. Okay. Next and last is fortifying your body with vitamins and supplements. Why? We are not getting it all through our bodies with the foods that we are eating. We are not getting it through the foods that we are eating. Okay? Used to be that was the case. You could farm and use organic, everything, and it wasn't as saturated with toxins and pollutants, but that's not the case anymore. Our food is greatly being depleted. We've got to do something in addition to the healthy foods that we eat, okay? So we've got to be able to flood our bodies with proper nutrition that will take all the toxins out, that will not only flush them out, but will also flood the body with things that will create cellular repair. That means hydrating the cells, cleaning the cells out of waste products that are in the body, okay? That also includes cleansing out the bloodstream. That includes bringing your lymphatic system back in track in alignment with the rest of the body. If you're facing digestive issues, again, it's because you need to free your body of toxins. If you're having issues with mental clarity, with concentration, with thinking clearly, you need to detox. You need to detox your brain so that you can be more productive, so that you can be more useful, so that you have more energy, that you have better sleep at night. These are all because you need to free your body of the toxins. So a great way to do that, again, is to detox the body on a monthly basis. And I'm here to help you do that. What I'm going to actually do, okay, I want to wrap up this Facebook Live, but I want to connect with you. If you're somebody that's really struggling with any of these issues, with your kidneys, with your liver, with your lymphatic system, with your mind, with your sleep, with your energy, I don't care, whatever it is, okay, I want you to reach out to me. I'm going to actually leave my contact information in the comment section, okay, and I'd like you to reach out to me personally. We can talk more. I could talk to you more about detoxing the body and how to do it in a way that you're not restricting calories, that you're still eating, that you're getting the water that you need, that you're doing it in a way that is healthy and helpful to the body. If you have questions about it, we can go over those. We can have a free 45-minute consult together where we actually talk about these things live together. Why? Because I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to help you to understand what toxins are and how they can really harm the body and why we need to detox and why it's so important to get rid of the toxins. So please reach out to me. I'll leave my information in the comments section. You can reach out to me privately, or you can respond in the comment section of the video below, and I would be glad to help you. We are going to be meeting this next Tuesday between 12:50 p.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so please feel free to join me then. Until then, have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to reach out to me. If you haven't already become a VIP member, I also do an emailing list as well, where I give helpful tips that bring value to health, whether that's emotional, physical, mental, emotional health, or whether that's just overall well-being. I just want to encourage you in your everyday life on a weekly basis where we can join together. I believe in you. I really want you to get your health back on track, because perfect health is really priceless. You can't put a price tag on your health. So please, 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 even if you're just curious, like, what the heck is it that you do, please reach out to me so we can connect. I really, really want to help you in any way that I can support you or be here for you. Let's do so together. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you at Tuesday between 12:50 p.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day, and bye for now.